dignity at my personal faith, even members of my family,
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still contested to the
That's why we invited you because of our election, and that's why we would like to inquire
to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal faith, even members of my family,
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still contested to the
That's why we invited you because of our election, and that's why we would like to inquire
to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal faith, even members of my family,
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still contested to the
That's why we invited you because of our election, and that's why we would like to inquire
to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal faith, even members of my family,
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still contested to the
That's why we invited you because of our election, and that's why we would like to inquire
to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal faith, even members of my family,
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still contested to the
That's why we invited you because of our election, and that's why we would like to inquire
to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal faith, even members of my family,
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still contested to the
That's why we invited you because of our election, and that's why we would like to inquire
to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal faith, even members of my family,
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community is still contested to the
That's why we invited you because of our corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, my dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even in terms of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even in terms of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even in terms of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even in terms of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even in terms of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even in terms of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even in terms of my family.
para para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community. Still protested the
That's why we invited you before the election, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community. Still protested the
That's why we invited you before the election, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community. Still protested the
That's why we invited you before the election, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community. Still protested the
That's why we invited you before the election, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community. Still protested the
That's why we invited you before the election, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community. Still protested the
That's why we invited you before the election, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire.
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the powers of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire the
So this merge might want to destroy my
Check.
dignity and my personal.
That's why we invited you because of the powers of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire the
So this merge might want to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal even members of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the powers of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire the
So this merge might want to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal even members of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the powers of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire the
So this merge might want to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal even members of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the powers of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire the
So this merge might want to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal even members of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the powers of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire the
So this merge might want to destroy my reputation, dignity and my personal even members of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of the powers of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire the
So this merge might destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you before our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my, or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you before our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my, or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you before our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my, or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you before our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my, or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you before our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my, or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you before our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my, or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even also my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you to an action, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even also my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you to an action, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even also my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you to an action, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even also my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you to an action, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even also my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you to an action, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even also my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you to an action, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even also my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire.
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire.
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire.
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire.
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire.
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire.
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire.
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal faith, even those of my family.
para para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
But to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested
That's why we invited you because of our interaction, and that's why we would like to inquire
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the system here.
That's why we invited you because of the power of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire that
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the system here.
That's why we invited you because of the power of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire that
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the system here.
that's why we invited you because of the power of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire that
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality.
Confirmation from the legal authorities
Even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the system here.
that's why we invited you because of we would like to inquire that
To besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personality, even those of my family.
para ma-improve talaga yung aming
Confirmation from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community still protested the system here.
that's why we invited you because of the power of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire that
To besmirch my
Hello, good morning. Please fasten your seatbelt. We're about to start. Okay, so good morning, gentlemen and ladies, to our guests, and of course to the members of this august body. Our second regular session is now called to order. Please rise for the for the short prayer, followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Let us all pray in the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So, our Lord, we seek your guidance as we start to this session. Help us, Lord, to engage in meaningful discussion. Allow us to grow closer as a group and nurture the bonds of community. Fill us with your grace, dear Lord, as we make decisions that might affect our constituents, and continue to remind us that all that we do today, all that we accomplish, is the pursuit of greater glory of you and for the service of our fellow men. Impart upon us your supreme wisdom so that we can accomplish our responsibilities better. Thank you, Lord, for being our source of strength and inspiration today. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Madam Secretary, please do the roll call.
Good morning. We are now on our second regular session for 2019. The honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malay, Honorable Natalie Cawaling Paderes, SB Member Jupiter L. Reggie Galinero,
Present.
SB Member Frolibar S. Bautista, SB Member Lloyd B. Maming, SB Member Dalidigway Sumdad, SB Member Maylin Aguirre Graf, SB Member Danilo G. De Los Santos, SB Member Dantisi Pagsugiron, SB Member Ralph A. Tolosa, and SB Member Christine Hope D. Pagsugiron. Mr. Chairman, 6 are present and 4 are absent. Honorable Tolosa is an official business.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. So the presiding officer would like to declare that we have a quorum. So we go now to the adoption of the minutes of the previous session. Honorable Pagsugiron, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I stand corrected. Mr. Chair, I move to dispense the reading of the previous minutes.
So it has been moved and seconded by Honorable Danilo de Santos that we have to dispense the reading of the minutes of the previous session. So please turn your minutes on page 1. Page 2. Okay, so any corrections from the August body?
None.
Okay, so Honorable Pagsugiron
Mr.
of
Chair,
Manok is recognized.
since there's no corrections and amendments introduced to the previous minutes, so I move for its adoptions and approval, Mr. Chair.
Before we go to the adoption, is there any correction from the good gentleman of Barangay Balabag, Honorable Bautista?
Thank you, Mr. Presiding. Just for an addendum to my to the praise which I had the privilege speech last Tuesday.
On what page?
Page 9,
Page 9,
Yes.
line
line 536, 537,
537.
So
Okay.
just add only the praise for dry run. Libreng sakay handog ni Mayor Abraham Swalog. Then there's another close parenthesis for dry run.
For dry run.
Yes. So
Okay.
pwede.
Okay. So, no more corrections? Okay, so again, honorable gentleman from Manok-Manok. Honorable
Again,
Consigliere.
Mr. Chair, since there was corrections or addendum introduced by Honorable Bautista, so with that, so I move for its adoption and approval of the previous minutes with the recommendations to include such addendum, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so it has been moved and seconded that our previous minutes be adopted and approved with addendum on page 9, line 537. Yes, Madam Secretary, next. Privilege hour. So, any privilege from the member of the August body? Yes, Honorable Kenneth Graf o Barangay Mutag, you are recognized.
Thank you for the recognition, Mr. Chair, and I'd like to greet all my colleague in the SB, our SB office staff and management, and of course our guests and partner PCTV, and all the people watching us now, the viewers, the Malaynons, non-Malaynons. Good morning to everyone. Mr. Chair, medyo bation ka man kamot. Happy Fiesta, no?
Yes.
Sige, alabira. Sige. I think everybody is now in the mood, in the ati-atihan mood. Medyo mode, imot ang mood rin tang jay tao. Anyway, Mr. Chair, as we all know, no, masyado kitang in the situation nga medyo sa Boracay tangja nakita naton. I'm not I don't own a transport, I don't own a motorbike or e-trike or whatever. So basically ako ga move around kuan gid ako ga commute ako on my own. And nakita ko ang pangalisod itaton mga kasimanwa sa Boracay no, hirapan sila eh. Kung makita nimo dadaanan ka lang ng, di ba, agyan ka lang e-trike or tricycle, puro charge, puro ng ano,
Chartered.
hire, puro chartered, hala charter. Pero mga, ano nga, mga isipon nga, gapila ang tao, left and right, karsada, pero puro charter ang gagi. So, din ang public transport dyan. So, sa buhay ko na ito nga problema dyan since last year, ever since Boracay closed. Problema kung dyan na ito sa Boracay, but no one is doing really something serious about it. Medyo ba na baga sa atong indifference dyan gihapon nga, malipas man dyan, maabot man ang grasya, maabot man ang donation, etc. Meantime, ang suffering itawo, medyo lisod nga ni, they're endure ang daan nga mga situation nga adlaw-adlaw ni mo na experience. Ang nabatian ako, nagbaktas lang ni man na ako dahil what gaagi. Ang imong choice ay motorbike, pero kung namagi ang LTO, ay sobra pa sa ng sinilhigman. So kundi ang publiko, ang aton riding public ang nabubutang sa ang agang sitwasyon. And that's not it's not happening paminsan-minsan. It's a daily thing, 24 hours a day na na-experience sa aton mga riding public. And for us bilang mga ginhalal nanda, no, I think we really have to do something serious now. Ang hagtong I think ang mga nabatian man ako ng mga suggestion, I hear it from people no sa ginasakyan ko nga ano, pwede man siguro manaran nga iba ang hire, iba ang galibot kata. May area, may number of vehicle nga for hire. May number of vehicles. Mana bagatan para masayran mo, ay basi kung 90% ana ang hire, ag 10% latang biyahe, ay paano kitang buhi tan? medyo bukon baga it fair para sa mga tao nga salig nga may masakyan sanda knowing nga abaabo ang mga sakyan nga agis karsada daywat karga. Hindi man ikaw pasakyon dahil foreigner. Ginambay man kung mga driver na amat ang foreigner nga ay hindi man nagpasakay. Manabatan, I mean like may mga maguyon matang agaagi nga ginapasakay ng daang pasahero, madugang patbayad sa driver. Siyempre, ma-hire ikaw, tapos kung ma-pick up pa, imaw, okay lang. Basta okay sa ga-hire, okay mat ang driver. So actually, it's not always the driver's fault also because there are people nga sandag at gusto magsakay. Pero Mr. Chair, ano atong himuon sa tangja sa di nga sitwasyon, dapat tutan naton aksyonan dya. It's start of the year. And what people we've suffered before Boracay was closed, imaw man balik ko man kita dati sa imo dyang sitwasyon. And there's a threat, syempre, buon na to ng tricycle. Tangja pa yung ani, ginakuyangon kita. How much more pagbuon mong tricycle tangja? Nga uwa kita iilis. I don't know, awa ako ka-attend last week. Itaton nga, ginano nyo yan, ang committee hearing nga na party sa mga e-trikes to. Nga, uwa, five-seater lang. I don't know if we accepted it or not. Ang status baga itag to nga e-trikes to nga ginadonate sa aton kunot Department of Energy. Are we accepting it or not?
Actually, we conducted a committee hearing last week together with...
I was not able to attend, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, so there were some negative comments, no, with regards to the e-trike itself, no. But I asked the transportation office of Mr. Oxon to really measure the e-trike if it conforms with our resolution, no, because there was some negative reaction with regards to the e-trike and also to the ano. So I think I have here the since that you are asking about the e-trike committee hearing last week, and I asked the transportation office or the MTRO to submit to us the details, no, of the e-trike. So meron dito silang sinubmit ni Cesar Oxon. Ang sa DOT nga e-trike, ang height is 1.85 meters. Ang sa SB resolution is 1.35 meters.
So taas imaw.
So mataas imaw. Ang width is 1.45 meters. Ang sa SB resolution is 1.45 meters. So ang length is 3.30 meters ang sa BMAC or sa DOT. Ang sa SB resolution is 3.23. Ang ground clearance 10.5 inches ang sa DOT, ang sa SB resolution is 8.7 lang. So other details include seating capacity is 7 person including the driver. So I think that's why I have this order to the transportation office just to show to us kung ano ang ang real measurement or standard of that e-trike.
So
Let Honorable Graf finish.
So sa daan nga sitwasyon, Mr. Chair, so medyo ang ginatao sa aton or ang may mga technical description ang agtong gina-donate nga uwa ka katugma sa aton nga gina-allow sa kalye. Is that the case?
They are more standard than sa SB resolution nabi naton hay mas kuan pasanda. Kumbaga bukod siya paidalom ko ni mas mabahol pa imaw.
Nagabaw pa imaw.
Oo. But we agreed during the committee hearing that we have to conduct particularly to those recipients, because we identified that ang supposed to be ang mga recipients rayang mga wa pa e-trike, ang tricycle pa lang dahil hindi man kita makadugang franchise, no. So we agreed on the committee hearing that we have to conduct an open forum or a public hearing with the recipient if they are okay to accept, no, ang e-trike, because ang hang up lang naman naton si LGU once we accepted the donation and then hindi man naton matao sa tawo dahil hindi sana magbaton, so matambak lang iya katon, so wa man gyapon, useless man gyapon unless otherwise iran imaw it local government. So this time we are waiting for because I instructed already Mr. Oxon padalaan it invitation ang mga uwa pa e-trike na magkaroon tayo ng symposium with regards to the acceptance of the duration of the DOE if they are going to accept it or not.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the clarification
Yes,
and the
Honorable.
result of the last week's meeting. But imong ni ang aton no, we have to rethink our position also, and we have, if possible, we have to think outside of the box sometimes to make sure that our riding public is properly served. Dahil sa
Served, yeah.
tangja, ang mga unga ay mga parang sa ang pinaka nakakaano ba kung amat kung kadungan mo sa nagapila both sides of the road nga medyo sobra gut abang I mean
Yes, I
when,
experienced
when
also
will
that,
it
no?
ever end? Saan pa matapos anong pangalisod itawo pagabot sa transport? Porque malang dyan malang na nagatuhaw malang ran dahil sa aton nga mga charter.
And
Without the charters, I don't think we will have a problem eh. But because of the charter, tanan nga mga bikes, e-trikes, motorbikes, hayog to sa nagaayan, mas gina-prefer nandang daan nga pagklase, pagserbisyo, porque mas abuan ang kita nanda. Wala ton duga sa andaran, pero itaon nanda ang para sa tawo. Imong malangran para sa mga unga kadabuan nga dibang oras gabantay sa sakyan, med gani kung kasakay man.
And in addition, no, ang problema abi, may gapila abi ang tricycle. So kulang ang naga-roving.
Oo, gapila to sa
So,
Kagban.
yes.
Abo tong gapila. Dahil actually kapag nag-abot gyud mato duungan, but we have also the bigger ones. I think we really have to look into it. If possible, we can create a committee specific ma-solve ang aton nga transportation problem nga hudyan nga sa island, within the island. Paano naton? I think it's just a matter
Di ba
of adjusting or
may libreng sakay ang Grab? Ang
ay,
Grab?
pilag lang daw yung bilog siguro ran.
Day walang man.
Ano anang mahimo itdaywa kasi sakyan ay magurot ka mga traffic patang jaglisod bandagan. I mean, we all have to work together on this. Hindi pwedeng apat ba? But 4 is still nothing, you know, compared to the hundreds of thousands of students
I think
going
baguhin
in and
naton
out
ang
of the school.
sistema.
Baguhin naton ang sistema ang importante. Kinahanglan naton kung sa sakyan bagay, di ba?
Okay,
Oo.
so with regards
I
to your
think,
concern, maybe
yeah.
we can ask the Boracay Land Transport Multipurpose Cooperative.
Ano nang solusyon
So
na?
we-
Dahil bukon adya bukon atugan nga problema dyan. Hindi naton pwede nga palipat-lipatan o
Okay, so what is the pleasure of the gentle lady from Motag?
maybe some others have something to say and
Okay.
then we will decide what to do with it.
Or
But,
maybe,
for me,
Honorable
to create
Pagsugir.
a committee specific for that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Graf, for that privilege with regards to our transportation. So, Honorable Pagsugiron, you are now recognized.
Mr. Chair, just to add on, I'd like to inform that in our existing ordinance, chartered is allowed, no? So, yun ang problema natin ngayon, no, sa transportations, because I agree with Honorable Grab for raising this issue. Tama man tayo dahil this is also my observations nga halos kung taon naton kung may mga 20 units of tricycles and e-trike nga nag-agi sa kalsada, most of them are chartered, Mr. Chair. Nga kung namata aton mga constituents, mga local people, ay apektado. Dahil kung taon naton ang nagasakay sa chartered nga public transport naton ay halos mga foreigner, no? Nga kung amat daywa katawo, tatlo nga kung allowed rin naton nga pasakay dahil ang e-trike kay naga-accommodate sa around 8 to 9 passengers, dapat ma-minimize rin ang problema, no? So, Mr. Chair, ang nakita ko lang dyan ang built-in PC has a bigger responsibility on the siguro on the regulations dahil control, sanda may control ay. So, dapat ay mapaabot naton sa built-in PC, sa cooperative, nga tawan na nanday proper attentions dahil I believe kung solusyonan nanda ang hayang mga concerns hay mahimo siguro na Mr. Chair, pwede naton kung gusto naton ang chartered abi hay duraon naton because of lack of transport, di ba la? Pero galing hay nag-exist sabi it was step stipulated in the existing ordinance that chartered is allowed, no?
Allowed,
Nga mag-cater sa the chartered. So we cannot question their also operations. So for the meantime, dahil may aton nga I don't know, no? May aton nga color coding for the tricycles, but eventually the tricycle will be phased out, no? I don't know if this year. That is on depends of our municipal mayor, no? Acting municipal mayor. So ang ako lang kay Mr. Chair nakita ko, pwede man siguro naton ma-meeting or the MTFRB can conduct a meeting with the Boracay Island Transport Multipurpose Cooperative para sa yang problema that raised by Honorable Grapa, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable Bautista. Okay, the gentlewoman from Katiklan, Honorable Pagsugiron, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, for the recognition. Before anything else, I would like to greet everybody, belated Happy New Year and belated Happy Holidays also. And of course, Happy Fiesta. Honorable Chair, can I cite some additional opinion about the topic raised by Honorable Graf?
Please go ahead, Honorable Pagsugiron.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I can actually relate to that personally. And that issue is quite alarming for me because it actually affect my fellow youth because a fellow youth before told me that she was supposedly to go to a practice, but unfortunately she waited for almost 1.5 hours waiting for a vehicle to ride in, but nobody allowed her to ride. She waited for 1.5 hours, and actually it evaded her ability to practice. She did not came on time in the practice, and actually it could actually be a hassle to everyday lives of our fellows. And as said by Honorable Graf, and I would like to agree to that by the term itself, public transport, it means that the public should be prioritized first. Not otherwise, it should be called tourist transport if the tourists are prioritized. But we cannot actually blame the drivers because they are up to the economical benefit. But we should instill to them that they are there not only to gain income but also to serve the people since they are doing public transport. And I would like to suggest that we could actually coordinate to the BLTMPC in a way that in order to add the number of vehicles na hindi magpa-charter is that they could actually assign on a daily basis number of BLT MPC nga mga vehicle nga para sa charter, and they could assign a number nga para sa mag-cater sa mga individual passengers. And that is my suggestion, Honorable Chair, and I'm open for any interpolation. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Honorable Pagsugiron. Thank you for that comments. Your comment is duly noted. Yes, Honorable Bautista from a gentleman from Barangay Balabang.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding. First, I would like to just in addition to the explanation given by our presiding to the issue brought here by our colleague, SP Graf. One of the what had been discussed during the committee hearing is to check if how many if still up to the present if how many operators or whether that still able to acquire an e-trike since because of financial problems. And then we have to get the numbers and then to inform them as who are already interested to avail of that e-trike, which would be turned over to us by the Department of Energy, so that based on that request, if how many recipients are willing to accept, then maybe that's maybe the number of units also that we are going to accept. Since as mentioned earlier that if we accept all that 180 units and it's only 10 operators will get that avail that program, so what will happen to that 170 units? So ibutang lang nato na ron sa budiga gabayan. So isang bilog ron nga aton nga istoryahan during the committee hearing na Pangutanon kung who really interested to avail that program. It's already a big problem to raise this big graph. And sa bilog nga suggestions may SB ex officio member SB Pusugeron is really to ask the BLTPC, no? Dahil parang sa andar nga ano obligasyon no. We will invite next week the BLTPC management, Mr. Chair, para masayra naton kung pila gid aro andang available units makaron to assign a public transport from Cagban to Yapak nga dapat magurot-gurot ay maron. Di ta pwede mag-standby na sa GT Port Cagban nga magugat at apsero, kundi randang franchise karon is not a garage eh. So maglibot lang ang maglibot-libot ay mag-pick up if sa dagan.
Mobile.
That should be mobile. So nga by Tuesday, we will invite them, no? Agpasayra naton, they will give us the list. Ano bang klaseng mga sasakyan anda makaron nga dapat ay mag-provide gid asanda sa aton nga mga pamuhuyo nga may masakyan ta dahil we cannot blame also these drivers nga parahon sanda itawa ka mga foreigners ag-arkilahon patod. We not stop them dahil siyempre ang agang din napasakyon ay okay, bring us to one, then we will pay like this. Ay siyempre ang din napasakyon man. Ang problema, kung may kapara, hindi ka napasakyon dahil naman, ang ginahari ko tayo mo bisita. And not even, may naman nga, buko na bisita, pa yung taga Boracay, abo man gahir lang nga no? Ay kung namat gani, ako magharamat, panago lang ko, dahil, di ba? Ay buman na, pasakay doon. So, we cannot blame the drivers. Ang angkon at ang kakita ko na, kuwang aton sa gakan sa Boracay, kuwang tayo mo, no? Aga, kung pwede, ay ibaway ginaton nga haron nga nagapilat asanda, no? Sa area nga hugaton para arkilahan. So dapat ay may assign sa areas. Identify ro area kung saan sa nag-standby ro mga units kara dahil di sana daw wat kita nang terminal una sa tricycle eh. Nga ito sa namang inugat magparaman para kilahon. Ano? We have to stop that. Stop ta naton ron nga makaroon nga sistema, no? Unless kung may parahon asanda nga arkilahon. Pero magpundot asanda, maghinugat sanda nga pila-pila na para kilahon, I think that's not allowed, no? Sa base sa atong franchise. So, maron by Tuesday, we'll invite the BLTPC management para masayra naton kung pila ka units, ano ro ang mga units makaron nga available, at kung pwede ay mag-assign na sanda sa yakyan una nga magurot-gurot from Cagban to Yapak. Anyway, kung dahil hindi man na malugi dahil kababo mo sa ero no? Sa bilog mi karon kasi hindi mapuno na. But anyway, that's the social obligation to the people in Boracay na dapat serbisyohan nanda bisan hindi mapuno pero mabawi mataron sa ibang units Aga at the same time, kumuan man kita Mr. Presiding. So, maron suggestion, the suggestion of SB Pusugeron is very much accepted and I am supporting it now. We have to invite the building management to solve that problem. At the same time, we have to be in a hurry kung sino-gon ro mga desidido nga magdawat itara mga units para kung pilang bilog ra malista naton, so imam lang aton nga dawaton man.
Okay.
Then gani, haro Mr. Presiding. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Bautista, for that comments. And are you amenable, Honorable Graf, with regards to the proposed invitation of Honorable Bautista sa aton nga Built-in PC?
Mr. Chair, okay sa akon nga tawgon sandano, but we have to set a date kung saan naton ang goal ba naton ang we should have a result kung ano man atong padayoganon that we mo ang pinaka-mood aton meeting nga may goal kita nga before the school holidays aton nga school holidays which will happen on May. Usyan man naton nga may mga day trip puntang diyan sa Boracay allowed gon. So expect bigger volume of local tourists which will eventually use ang daan mga transport system. If we have to be ready by then, bukod lang meet kita one time, we should also set a goal kung anong date na ton dapat tawan solusyon para tanan nga para hindi unbaga magbalik-balik. It's a recurring problem. It's been hounding us for so many years. It's not only now. So medyo and we should also maybe invite some school principals para i-cite na ang experience it mga unga. Kung anong katabo, I mean, you see it, but you don't really see anong situation, anong effect sa andang pag-eskwela. Absent ba sa kapon dahil gutom, waka uli sa oras. Mga mana bagatan, and I think it's kung kugang atong sarakyan, which I see medyo kugang gidman, ang iba, mga parents, di ba, yung motorcycle, ginahatod ng mga unga, ay pag sumugod ang LTO, siligon sa natanan, ay kundi masakay sa public transport, ay pilang bisis tang jaga, ga-raid ang aton nga LTO sa Boracay, gulpiang, di ba? Hala, sige. Ay, paano aran namin? Welcome, sinong Joel at Digalima. So, imoran, Mr. Chair, ang aton nga, do we need more vehicles or, but
Okay.
less ang sa anong tawag niyo? Ang sa charter more than public transport. Thank you,
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
so actually we identified already the problem, so I think there's no need to call the attention of the schools, no, or anybody. I think what we need now is the commitment from the BL Team PC, and of course we have also to invite our transportation officer, no, para makuananda maayos. Yes, Honorable Pagsugiron.
Following the statement of Honorable Bautista, Mr. Chair, since he mentions about the proposed donations of a track unit from the OE, Mr. Chair, and he mentioned also that how many units are going to request, no? For me, since we're requesting, the LG is requesting for around 180 units, Mr. Chair, for the first trans, no? So, I think that's too much, no? And I would rather suggest to request from, let's say, for a 20 or maximum of 50 units para malaman natin, no, kung pwede talaga sa tanggapin ng mga operators, no? Dahil kung 180 units, ang problema kung sa din natin i-store. And aside from that, it is also being mentioned that we don't know yet if our operators is very interested to accept. But with regards to the specs or the standards requirements, I think we can do something for that, no? Dahil maganiran nakita ko man ang unit, and the unit is to me is there, although it was manufactured 3 years ago, but the unit is not yet being used, so bago pa rin yung parts.
It was discussed already, Honorable Pagsugiron, during the committee hearing, and it was agreed that we have to conduct a symposium, a meeting, or what to those who are not avail the e-trike program, and then we ask them if they are going to accept it or not, and then based dun sa magpahuo, so haron anay aton nga ipasulod nga i-trike. Let's say for example, may 20 individuals na gusto nila yung i-trike ng DOE, haron anay atong ipasulod. Para hindi kita mabutang iya, abo bala nga hindi man naton wa kita storage. So that was agreed during the committee hearing.
Actually, I would like to raise that before as a point of order, because supposed to be that problems is already in the committee, no? Why we discuss here. I think we need proper venue to discuss for that, no? Since it is under your committee, Mr. Chairs. But anyway, that is only my opinion and recommendation. So I think Honorable Grapp is asking that win, no, for the invitations of the built-in PCs. But it was, I think, the recommendations is to invite the built-in PC on the next regular sessions in the plenary, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Honorable Pagsugiron. No? So it was agreed, no? It was there was a motion from Honorable Bautista that we have to invite the BL Team PC, no? Through the chairman, Honorable Mr. Joel Vigilito, to be present on Tuesday on our plenary, together with the transportation officer of the municipality of Malay. Please,
Mr. Chair, can we include the 3 barangays?
hindi na,
Punong
hindi na.
barangay.
Well, because we identified already the problem. What we need now is the solution. So the solution is the built-in PC and our transportation officer. Yes, Honorable Bautista, and then Honorable Graf.
I want to correct the statement of our colleague here na we are not allowed to discuss that. Since our SB is asking an information regarding the what we had
Committee.
discussed during the committee hearing, so that we were able. We have to explain also to the, since our member wants to know what happened during the committee
Yes.
hearing. So I think we can discuss it also.
Okay.
Just to suit the demand
Demand.
from our colleague, Mr. Presiding.
Okay, so thank you for that observation, Honorable Bautista. Yes, Honorable Graf, are you you are recognized?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll go back to the ano, no. You mentioned earlier nga when we identify the problem, so we can already start the solution. But Mr. Chair, sa aton nga, I still believe in involving stakeholders in solving the problem. Para waon bagasugan after. We may solve the problem, but from our point of view, what about the point of view of the riding public? Imaw nga isgawnan ang dahilan we really have to, me personally, I'd like to invite the principals dahil dyan sa andang feedback it kakatabo sa andang mga estudyante. They will help us. In fact, they will help us solve the problem also. Bukod na ba't kita-kita? Dahil pirmi,
Eh,
ginang
Honorable Graf, I would like to remind you that we, the local legislators, the elected officials, represents the people.
Oh.
So I think this is now the time nga hindi ko natin kinanglang imbitaron patanan because we identified the problem. Alam natin yung ano problema doon sa school, sa commuters, doon sa stakeholders. So what we are going to know about is how to solve the problem. And the one who can solve the problem is the BLTMPC because they are the one sanda ang naga pamalakad it aton nga transportation. So because when we invite the 3 barangays, the school principal, it will take us 3 hours to discuss with regards to that problem. But I think the problem is already identified. So haron na atong ipaabot sa BLTMPC on how they can help us to solve the problem together with our transportation officer.
Okay, Mr. Chair, but akon malanghay, they were the ones assigned to solve the problem since time immemorial, and until now, no problem that problem stayed. Dahil, maybe there's a lacking group there to be there para maintindihan manitanan, not only us in power, but those that we are also serving. Bukod ba,
Okay.
dahil sanda ko nagkasolbar tang una pang tangawagan meeting, if I can remember, as BFI, no, siya no namon ran. But have we ever solved the problem? Why? So imo siguro nga medyo may ako man lang Mr. J, pero kung mata sa
Yes.
hindi mata ka mo, it's only my opinion. Personal man ako nga nga medyo maybe may kugang. Imo nga hindi masolbar ang problema. Imo lang ako nan. Thank
Okay,
you.
so thank you, Honorable Graf. Yes, Honorable Bautista?
Aram sa presiding dil identified yun na ito ng problema no. Ibaw nga nira. So ang matabo kara kung hindi man lang kaya it will PC nga serbisyohan ron, then we have to find other company na to serve the public, di ba? That's why we want them a pledge from them na ito kaya na mo ita. Kung magambas na mo kaya, then we invite other company to serve the public.
Okay.
Kung di na kaya di ba? And I am sure they will do something for that or else pasensya man sanda. So it's
Yes,
high time now to decide, no? Hindi mo pwede ra nga meeting lang puro meeting pagkatapusan. I think it's high time na. That's why we have to invite them on Tuesday, then promise to us if they can serve if they can do something to solve the problem on public transport, and then if they cannot solve the problem, then we have to find other companies, other individuals who are willing to serve, no? Itong mga pasahero sa Boracay.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable Bautista. And if we need to add more transportation like tricycle or e-trike, so we have to do something with regards to that. No? So anyway, it was agreed already, no, and it was approved that we have to invite the BLTMPC officers on the next regular session together with our transportation officer. Please, duly noted by our secretary. So some more privilege with the not connected with the privilege of Honorable Graf because it's already finished. No? So, is there anyone? Yes, Honorable Pagsugiron from Barangay Katiklan, not from Barangay Manok-Manok.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, for the recognition. May I cite as auto ponder, Honorable Chair? May I? Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Go ahead, go ahead.
This is actually with regards to the previous event in relation to the fight against HIV/AIDS, and our municipality is actually number one in Ulaclan, and it is alarming on my part since I represent the youth and the most vulnerable to this problem, which is a worldwide problem, are the youth. And we are very happy that to hear the news that last December 1 there's a pageant which is Queen of Aklan, and a representative from Malay, which is from Barangay Katiklan, named Rafi Cooper, was hailed as the Queen of Aklan, the first ever Malay to be crowned as Queen of Aklan.
Can you elaborate to us what is the Queen of Aklan? Because I heard Queen of Aklan, and the winner is Rafi,
Yes.
and Rafi is a male.
Yes. Okay, Honorable Chair.
Please enlighten us.
For the indulgence of the body, I would like to enlighten you about the program. Queen of Aklan is a pageant. It is a project of the provincial government, headed and co-organized by the Provincial Health Office in partnership with the Butterfly Brigade. And to give you a short background about the Butterfly Brigade, is an organization of LGBTQ++ community. And the Provincial Health Office and the Butterfly Brigade are advocates as mandated by the government. Of course, PHO should advocate against the ill effects of HIV/AIDS and Butterfly Brigade, since most of the victims of HIV/AIDS are members of the LGBTQ community. Then that is actually the primary advocacy of the Butterfly Brigade. And Queen of Aklan is a product of it. It's actually an activity for a cause. They have got the sources of the funds are from the provincial government, and the sponsors from the different stakeholders supporting their advocacy. This Queen of Aklan actually advocates not only for HIV/AIDS, to fight HIV/AIDS in the whole Aklan, most especially in Boracay Island, but of course it advocates the gender equality, or gender equity rather. It's different from equality. And with that, Honorable Chair, this pageant is not just an ordinary pageant. It is actually a pageant for a cause. It fights against the HIV/AIDS and of course gender equity. And it's actually an eye-opener for everybody that we could actually create program, event for a cause which is mabalatan medyo entertaining ima but may impact. I've actually personally followed their page, and they're actually, every time they post something on the social media, since it is the fastest, most accessible, and cheapest way to disseminate information, they actually share stories of fighting HIV, and of course LGBTQ advocacies. And Honorable Chair, upon the reigning of the queen, which is from Barangay Katiklan, he is actually entitled to do some projects for a cause. And I would like not only to commend Mr. Rafi Cooper for representing Malay, but of course it actually depicts a strong advocacy against the fight for the fight against the ill effects of HIV/AIDS, and it could actually open up awareness to our youth, not only the LGBTQ community, but of course all men and women to work hand in hand in promoting the awareness campaign against HIV/AIDS. Honorable Chair.
To interrupt you, Honorable Pagsugiran, actually we have also our program particular on the
Yes.
Municipal Health Office, no, with regards to that. So, what is now your purpose, no, in bringing this on this plenary, with regards to?
The purpose, Honorable Chair, is I want to move a motion to commend Mr. Rafi Cooper for giving pride and honor to our municipality in representing our municipality, and of course, as an ambassadress, a new ambassador for the fight against HIV/AIDS.
Not only in municipality of Malay, but in the whole province,
province
of
of
Aklan.
Aklan, Honorable Chair.
So you are making a motion for a
Commendation.
resolution commending
Yes.
Mr. Rafi Cooper. Okay, so thank you with
Thank
that,
you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Pagsugiron. So is there any second motion for the motion of Honorable Pagsugiron? Okay, so it has been moved and seconded by Honorable a motion from Honorable Pagsugiron and seconded by Honorable Pagsugiron to commend Mr. Rafi Cooper as the ambassadress of awareness on HIV and AIDS here, not only in the municipality of Malay, but as in the whole province of Aklan is now approved. Okay, so some more privilege. Hearing none, let's go to question hour, Madam Secretary.
We have no invited guests, Mr. Chairman. We have no invited guests today.
But, ah,
Next session. Sa building. Sa building.
okay, so we don't have any guest for the meantime. So let's go now to the incoming and referral, Madam Secretary.
First on our incoming is a referral of the zoning administrator on request for endorsement for issuance of zoning and building permit of the following. First is Boracay Talipapa Business Owners Credit Cooperative as built of Bukid Talipapa Market at Barangay Manok-Manok. Second is Mr. Herbert Reyna Sido as built plan of one-story, one-room residential and commercial building with office at Sitio Cagban, Bubon, Barangay Manok-Manok. Next is Mr. Noel Subirano as built of two-story, 9 rooms residential and commercial building at Barangay Manok-Manok. Boracay Regency Beach Resort Incorporated as built of 5-story, 196 rooms resort hotel with roof deck bar and swimming pool at Barangay Balabag. And Miss Christine Eliseo as built plan of 2-story commercial space with storage at Barangay Katiklan. Engineer Juan.
Okay, so Engineer Joanne, you are now recognized.
Good morning po. Good morning sa lahat. Our first applicant is Boracay Talipapa Business Owners Credit Cooperative. Name of project is as built of Bukid Talipapa Market. Area is 4,993 square meters. Right over land is tax declaration owned by heirs of Sir Yaco Terol Sr., affidavit of heirship of Aristotle Gerald Terol, memorandum of agreement between Aristotle Terol and Boracay Talipapa Business Owners Credit Cooperative. CLUP classification is portion of low density tourist commercial zone and high residential mixed-use zone R3 located at Barangay Manok-Manok. Authorized representative Sir Jose Calizo po. Pero andito po yung president ng ano po, ng co-op.
Okay, so
Sir,
Mr. Calizo, can you sit on the front so that you will answer the queries of the August body? Maybe together with some members of, or the officers, no? And members of the cooperative. Okay, so Committee on Land Use, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Puri. Di ba ang Boracay, ang Talipapa ka na nag-present na before?
Awa, sir.
Pa saan naka-present?
Awa, gid, sir.
Okay. So the area is 4,983. Out of this 4,983, pila ka ang ano ra? Ang develop? Open space na naman ba?
May open space, sir, 71.34% kasi yung mga stalls ka intok lang manimaw. Ganang building footprint is 1,430 square meters. So may 71%
ang
manimaw.
open space. Okay.
Gin-require na mo ni Maura, sir, it's STP.
May STP na sila? May STP yung kama?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
very
partner.
good. Ha? Sa ano nga company ang STP?
So from Boracay 2B
Boracay
System
2B.
Incorporated, sir.
So anyway, Mr. Chair, we will inspect the area, no?
Okay, clarification lang ang Boracay Talipapa Business Owners Credit Cooperative is the owner of the Bukid Talipapa.
Talipapa, yes, sir.
Okay.
Ang ano no, mga structures is talagang owned by the association or individual?
By the association, sir.
Associations, ang talagang structures,
Yes, sir.
bukod individual na. So I mean ang association imo taro nag-construct it
It
mga
structure it,
structures.
mga stall.
Stall. So, okay, Mr.
Another question with regards to the Boracay Talipapa Business Owners Credit Cooperative, because before it was in our municipal ordinance that all association, cooperatives, and organization must be recognized, no, by the municipality of Malay. So I would like to ask our committee on cooperative is if the Boracay Talipapa Business Owners Credit Cooperative is accredited by the municipality of Malay.
As for the information, Mr. Chair, as of the moment, not yet, they have not yet submitted their applications. So that's why I would like to raise that also, that concern, since it was mentioned that they have an association. So I would rather suggest nga kung pwede, i-apply lang ang
We have already, sir, our applications for accreditations submitted here in the Office of the Sangguniang Bayan last 2016.
at 2016
Yes,
pa.
sir.
What ka na? What?
But the comments there,
What is the name of the association?
the comments from the Sangguniang Bayan Secretary was to submit the mayor's permit, permit to operate, but we have not yet been issued with the permit to operate.
I think you can resubmit and then we will check if we will check and evaluate the documents. I-evaluate lang natin documents siguro.
Since we're waiting for the occupancy permit and the zoning clearance as prerequisites for the business permit.
And one thing, Mr. Chair, no, siguro to our committee chair on land use, since it was si Talipapa, one of my concern is the disposal of waste, kung pwede siguro i-include sa plano nga may waste disposal system wala ka mo para
Waste storage, sir. As per required also with the DENR, we have already providing that
okay
storage.
lang, ano.
Yes,
Especially
in
mga
compliance with the Republic Act 1582 and
comply lang.
1669.
Okay.
So,
So that's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Pagsugiro.
so meaning,
Yes, Honorable
mayroon na kayong PCOs?
Yes, sir. We have.
Okay. So,
Pollution Control Officer.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, thank you. We will inspect, Mr. Chair. Just inform the cooperative, no, during our inspection, the schedule.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable Bautista. Thank you, Mr. Caliso, to the group. Okay, next.
Our next applicant is Sir Herbert Ray Nacido. Wala po si Sir ngayon po kasi nanganganak ngayon yung asawa niya, sir.
So that is more important than the
Opo,
presence
yung sinabi ko sa kanya, sir, baka hindi
So,
manganak yung asawa pag
Wala siya.
Opo.
Okay, so another.
Our next applicant na lang po is Noel A. Soberano. Name of project is as built of 2-story, 9-rooms residential commercial building apartment. Area is 136 square meters. Right of land is tax declaration owned by spouses Edwin and Arbia Diaz. Tax declaration owned by spouses Noel and Susan Soberano. Affidavit of consent from Norbia Diaz to Noel Soberano. Sa LUP classification is medium density residential mixed-use zone R2. Located at Sitio Tuluban, Barangay Manok-Manok. Present po si Sir Noel mismo.
Okay, so
Sir,
Mr.
good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Yes, Committee on Land Use, Honorable Bautista. Please
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Mr. Chair. Sino ang present? Noel?
Sir
Noel ba?
Noel mismo.
Ang kuan baga, as built ang application, so 9 rooms. So kano ra nag-operate mo, Mr. Soberano, sir?
So my building, sir, is after finish that is only 2013. So I operate maybe only the 5 years, sir.
5 years na?
So before I can start my business of the kapisaan, so cannot start here in my house, sir. So I can find another income, sir.
So ang 9 rooms is for apartment ba to or boarding house?
Actually, sir, is only a boarding house, sir.
A boarding house.
Yes, sir.
So operational sa since 5 years ago, so that was 2014, no? 2013.
2013,
Oh.
sir.
So wala pa lang business permit yun from 2014.
Already have, sir. Only for applied for the business permit, sir. So within 14, 4 years. So cannot start finish already the building, sir. So I will start the 2010 and then maybe can finish 16, sir, or 15.
16. Oh. So
Ang tamat
matamat,
ng
matamat.
tamat.
Asa natapos si Mao.
Basta natapos.
So tanan yun ara is finished na.
Not already, sir, because
May na pa.
ano, sir, trusses is temporary.
Along the road, bro, Mao. Jo? Along the road?
Sir, pasugod-sugod pa yun.
Sugod-sugod. So may wala ta problema sa 15 meters
Oh, sir, wow.
pares to serve.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So thank you, Sir Subirano. We just make the schedule for inspection, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable,
Thank you, sir.
Honorable Bautista. Thank you, Mr. Subirano.
Yes, sir.
Inspect lang sana sa inyong lugar.
Thank you.
Okay, next.
Our next applicant is Boracay Regency Beach Resort Incorporated. Name of project is as built of 5-story, 196 rooms resort hotel with roof deck, bar, and swimming pool. Area is a correction ko lang po, 5,561 square meters. Sa tax deck po kasi 5,647 pero yung sa contract of lease is 5,561
Ang sa ano?
sa contract of lease.
Contract of lease.
Oo.
So, may discrepancy.
Ang mas abo sir ang sa tax deck 5,647 kaysa ang dangin lease is 5,561 lata. So anong right
Mga ilang square meter ang kuan diferensya?
100?
Base may naman nabuhin imo.
Okay.
Re-application gali imo ra sir, nadumduman ninyo ang previous nga
Revoke.
oo, gin-revoke ninyo ag namon sa zoning.
Yeah.
Kasi may ang application na approve naton is 4-story, 160 rooms. So gin-revoke ni Ma'am Alma
Who represent the the Boracay Regency?
sorry. Andito po si Ma'am Sheila May Morano and Engineer Algian Isip po.
Okay. So good morning, ma'am and sir.
Na-revoke po siya nung January 31, 2018 po.
So
January 2018.
Yes po. Last year po.
Ang sa zoning,
Yes po sa
ang sa
amin.
kwan, sa sangguniang endorsement.
April.
No lihi kita no.
So our revocation also is based on the revocation of the zoning. Can you remind us to cite the reason why it was revoked?
Atong na-approve sir is 4-story. So nag-inspect ito 6 stories na.
Tapos what happened now on the 6 stories?
So makara sir, may initial compliance na sanda nag-amat-amat na iktot paguba. Ag andang ina-apply makara is 5-story
5
kasi
stories.
allowed na imo sa andang area nga 5,561 square meters. Nag-provide sa na it setback nga sa 12.5 naton kasi 6 stories anang 6th floor ginamat-amatan yung nandayit guba.
Ginaguba man ang dado 6th floor.
Yes sir.
So
Ibalik lang sa 5th floor.
Yes sir, 5 stories.
So haron man ang violation.
yes sir.
Yes, Honorable Bautista.
So anyway, Mr. Chair, so we have the revocation before. I think we have to recall the revocation so that we can
So
act on their
Yeah, so I think
application.
if they are compliant enough
Yeah.
with regards to our existing rules or municipal ordinances with regards to building, so I think, di ba? So,
Okay.
di comply, ginuguba man ang
Yes
kwan
sir.
eh. Can we ask Ma'am Murano if it is true that giniba yung ma'am?
Hello, good morning, sir. Yes, sir, we already submit the video kay Engineer Joanne na nag-initial compliance na kami sa amon nga
So
system.
how many percent was mga ilang percent na engineer?
Good morning, sir. As per our computation po, yung percentage na na-demolish na natin dun sa taas is highly nasa 20% na. So, but we are still ongoing on the demolition process.
Of the whole 6th floor?
Yes, sir.
Malapad kasi yung area sir na
Ayun
may
nga.
6.
Yeah.
Kaya
Okay, so some more queries from the August body?
So okay, Mr. Chair, based on that information, we will inspect again the area, Mr. Chair, or the site. No? If
Ilang rooms ba dati yung application nila?
160 rooms sir, Makarahay 196.
So ang gin-applyan nila is 196.
Yes sir.
So 160 before. Before
Oo,
the
160. Four
four-story
story.
lang.
Four stories.
160
Okay.
rooms.
Because sa 6th floor na.
Ay, hindi sir.
Hindi pala.
36 rooms ang na-add sa pang
Sa
fifth
fifth floor.
Okay. So, pero ginaguba ang 6th floor.
Yes, sir. Mm-mm.
Okay.
A roof deck abe, naka-slab pati ang pang ay babaw ginana kaya yawan sanda ka na, sir.
Yeah, because we cannot give them permits if they were not able to
Yes, sir.
may violation. Sa height limit, may kuwan pa kita sa height limit, wa Roman?
Yun na sir, sa 6 stories lang na nga to ang
Okay.
Ang may problema.
Okay, I think Honorable Graf have some comments.
I'd like to, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to address my question to the engineer. Since the demolition is ongoing of the 6th floor, no, para ma-comply ang requirements it, LGU, how long will it take for your team to finish the demolition?
Thank you, ma'am. Most probably, ma'am, it will take at least 2 to 3 months since our demolition process includes disposal of the debris, which is masyadong malaki po.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the info.
Thank you, Honorable Graf. But be sure nga, hindi mapiktuhan ang mga kilid na ito na, lalong-lalo na sa may hospital.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Committee Chair on Land Use.
Okay, with that, we will inspect. We will schedule the inspection subsiding.
Okay, so thank you very much,
Thank you po.
Ma'am Sheila May and Engineer.
Engineer Al Chian, easy.
Inspect lang ang committee, no? Committee on Land Use ni Honorable Bautista within the area, sa inyong area. Okay, so thank you. Thank you. Next.
Our last applicant is Kirstine T. Elesio. As-built plan of 2-story commercial space with storage. Area is 182 square meters. Right over land is tax declaration owned by Alfaro Sebastiana. Sworn statement of confirmation of ownership right between heirs of Sebastiana Alfaro and Combresyon Imbabaw. Kasunduan sa pagpapaupa ng lupang komersyal sa pagitan ni na Combresyon M. Imbabaw at Maria Vivian Eliseo. Affidavit of consent of Maria Vivian T. Eliseo to Kirstine Eliseo. Zoning classification is medium density commercial zone C2 located po sa palengke natin sa Katiklan. Present po si Ma'am Vivian, yung mother ni Ma'am Kirstine.
Yes, Honorable Bautista.
So as built sa asing kampira, Bing.
Good morning. Sa harap along the road going to market site. Anday Waldi, Cloud.
Ano to status gali na sa atong kasada ko na sa pasugod market? Barangay road na or municipal roads?
Dapat sir.
Giga dukot abi na sa kilid niya naton kan nga.
Sa time ni Ma'am Alma sir, ang ginapangayo lang nga setback is 2 meters.
2 meters both sides?
Yes sir.
So can they still provide the 2 meter setback?
May anda sir nga setback.
Ang sa likod ba ganyo na Bing?
Hindi.
Sa
In front mo.
in front it kusada sa along sa dagan it pakilid. So how many meters ang setback na?
2 meters
2
and
meters.
wide mata sir. Exact.
So okay Then I don't know, there's a plan to transfer the market but until now wala man gapot na identify. So I think so dandahanon ang dagan na magbabaho na para to avoid any congestion, no. So Mr. Chair, we will just schedule the inspection of the site, the location of this project, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable Bautista. Okay na. Thank you. Yes, Honorable Joanne. Engineer Joanne.
Sir,
I stand corrected.
last na si Ma'am sir po. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Engineer Joanne, Madam Secretary.
To continue with our incoming, we have here a referral from the Office of the Municipal Engineer on request for SB endorsement for occupancy permit of Do Exam or Desk Marketing Incorporated for issuance of occupancy permit.
Saan si Kwan?
Occupancy,
Refer on the Committee on Land Use.
Next on incoming, Mr. Chairman, is a letter of complaint from Barangay Dumlog. Everybody has a copy?
Anong complaint?
Need to present.
Okay, so I think every one of us has
Copy.
why only barangay Dumulog, no? Dahil ang basura halin man to sa Boracay padto padto sa Magit Dumulog padto Kabulihan.
Can we just cite the most important part of the complaint?
The contamination of the Subait, Malay.
The Barangay Council of Barangay Dumlog would like to call your attention on the following concerns. During the transport of the garbage, particularly on dates November 28, 2018, around past 9 a.m. and December 8 before 5 p.m., the garbage being transported had a very foul odor. Those are the only particular days. We lost track of the specific dates of the other times we experienced the same. The contamination of the Subait Magay or Malay River, which passes to our barangay. From Barangay Kabulihan, please take note also that the main source of the Malay River is directly below the Malay Sanitary Landfill. Ano dadayunan pa?
The recommendation to be followed. That's it.
Yes, Honorable Bautista.
Should we refer to Supreme Committee siguro, sa Committee on Environment?
Okay, so I think we have to refer this, no, to the Committee on Environment and chaired by Honorable Graf. Okay.
Okay, for our next incoming is a resolution expressing heartfelt sympathy to the bereaved family of the late Joseph Din Isong, our engineering aide.
Yes, so I think kailan ba yung ano niya?
Burial will be on January 21.
So I think we have
Monday.
Monday. So I think we have to approve this now before the burial of one of our staff. No?
Vigil tomorrow.
So is there any motion from the August body? Yes, Honorable Pagsugiron.
Mr. Chair, with regards to the I move no for the immediate passage of the resolution expressing heartfelt sympathy to the bereaved family of the late Joseph Din Ong, engineering aide of LGU Malay.
So it has been moved and seconded that we have to approve a resolution expressing heartfelt sympathy to the bereaved family of the late Joseph Din S. Ong, our engineering aide of the local government unit of Malay, is now approved.
Okay, next incoming is Barangay Ordinance number 09, series of 2019 of Barangay Cubay Norte. An ordinance regulating the docking, anchorage, and or loading, unloading, docking arrangements within the shoreline, river bank, and any body of water covered by Barangay Cubay Norte and implementing fees thereof.
Refer to Committee on Committee on Laws.
We have additional incoming, Mr. Chairman. This is introduced by Honorable Pagsugiron.
Yes, go ahead, Madam Secretary.
First is an ordinance amending Municipal Ordinance number 350, series of 2015, an ordinance regulating the operation of stand-up paddling activity within the municipality of Malay, designating an area of operation and prescribing penalties for violation thereof.
Refer to Committee on Laws.
Next is an ordinance amending Municipal Ordinance number 162, series of 2002, an ordinance designating snorkeling areas in the municipality of Malay, regulating its use, imposing snorkeling fee, and providing penalties for violation thereof.
Refer to Committee on Laws.
And last is an ordinance setting guidelines on the LGU accreditation requirements of cooperatives, associations, and other department-issued certification and providing penalties thereof. All introduced by Honorable Pagsugiron.
Refer to Committee on Laws.
Okay, for our committee report, first is Committee on Laws, an ordinance regarding request of the acting municipal mayor for an authority to enter into contract of services with enumerators, field editors, and field coordinators of the community-based monitoring system program of the Municipality of Malay.
I would like to relinquish first my seat to Honorable Bautista to have my report.
Okay, go ahead, Committee Chair and Lowe's.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding. This is with regards to the request of our municipal mayor for an authority to enter into a contract of services with enumerators, field editors, and field coordinators of the community-based monitoring system program of the municipality of Malay. Actually, we conducted a committee hearing last week, no? And we have discussed this resolution request by our municipal mayor. So that juncture, Madam Chair, I move that this committee report be adopted and calendared on the second reading.
So there is a motion to adopt the committee report regarding the request of the Mayor for the authority to enter into contract of services with the enumerators, field editors, and field coordinators on the community-based monitoring system program of the Malay. Any second for this motion? Okay, it's been moved and seconded that this committee report shall be adopted. Next.
Okay, so another report, Mr. Chair. This is with regards to the request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into memorandum agreement with Malay National High School relative to work immersion partnership program with the local government of Malay. So I would like, we conducted a committee hearing, and the objective of this work immersion partnership, Mr. Chair, this is with regards to the supplement, the formal curriculum of the senior high school program with special inputs coming from the LGU experts and practitioners in order to align the senior high school program with work standards, no. So pati raya sa aton nga senior high school. So that juncture, Mr. Chair.
Can I have some
Yes.
questions,
Okay.
Chair? So what will be the courses that they are going to offer during the opening classes of this June 2019-2020? Is there any identified courses that they're going to offer?
I think one of the courses, no, of the one is more on related on tourism.
More on tourism.
More on tourism because based on our shall we say environment with regards to kung ano ang ambience ng mga bulig kanda ay haron ang gina tudlo
So
na
we
sa
are
mga
really
tourism.
ready na to open it on this coming year.
Yes,
Opening year.
we are ready now to have this senior high school program together with the Department of Education, the Malay National High School, and of course the local government unit of Malay.
Okay. So is Lady SB Pusageron, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, for the recognition. I would like to share my thoughts about the partnership program, Honorable Chair, since we have conducted last week the local school board meeting with our acting municipal mayor and the members of the local school board, and the Mr. Principal of Malay National High School, Mr. Jake Soliano, actually raised that the urgency of the immediate passage of the MOA between in the Malay National High School and LGU Malay, since that is actually a 10-day immersion wherein the students of specific course in Malay National High School, grade 12 senior high school, will undergo 10 days immersion. And I also have background in senior high school because before I was an instructor, and each school is actually given the choice if they're going to have enterprise simulation or immersion, and with the school, with the Malay National High School, they have chosen the immersion, and it is like an OGT, Honorable Chair, And I would like to support the entering into a memorandum of agreement between the Malay National High School and LGU Malay, because it is a big help to our students in order to expose them to the real world, to the corporate world that they're going to be in someday after they graduate their senior high school. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Okay, so thank you, SB Sagueron. So there was already
Motion.
motion.
So I move that this resolution, Mr. Chair, be adopted and calendared on the second reading.
So is any second for this adoption of the report?
Honorable Hope, you seconded the motion because you are with the program.
To pagsugiron sa approve seconded the motion. Anyway, the motion to adopt the committee report regarding the request of the mayor, acting mayor, for an authority to enter into a memorandum agreement with Malay High School relative to work immersion partnership program with LGU Malay shall be adopted and calendar for second reading the session. Next.
Thank you, Madam, Mr. Chair. The
This,
next committee report, this is with regards to the Barangay Ordinance Number 03, Series of 2018, o Barangay Cubay Norte. The ordinance entitled An Ordinance Requiring All Households and Business Establishment in this barangay to do proper waste segregation and disposal, Mr. Chair. Since that, as of this time, Madam, Mr. Chair, this is the most important thing that we have to be properly segregated our garbage disposal to prevent any hazard to our environment, Mr. Chair. So on that juncture, Mr. Chair, it was Barangay Council of Cubay Norte passed a municipal ordinance on this proper waste segregation and disposal. So on that juncture, Mr. Chair, I move that this municipal Barangay Ordinance Number 03, Series of 2018, by Barangay Cubay Norte, an ordinance requiring all household and business establishment in this barangay to do proper waste segregation and disposal, be adopted and calendared on the second reading.
yes, SB Pasugera.
Mr. Chair, this is only a clarifications because that proposed barangay ordinance, I think the LGS already existing ordinance requiring all, not only the business establishments but including the household to comply with the 9003, which is the segregation is also, and the sorting from the source is also part of it, Mr. Chair. So is that adoptions, or I'd like to ask also if there's no conflict on the existing municipal ordinance?
Okay.
I think there was no conflict with regards to the municipal ordinance, Mr. Chair, because it was also stated on the Republic Act 9003 that every barangay should adopt also their municipal ordinance with regards to segregation, Mr. Chair. So I think there was no conflict with regards to this, Mr. Chair, because this barangay ordinance of Barangay Cubay Norte is only applicable to their barangay, and it was not also conflict with our present municipal ordinance.
So meaning that barangay ordinance is more on adapting, no, or adapting the existing municipal ordinance. So that's all, Mr. Chair.
So okay, so is there any
second
more questions regarding the adoption of this with the report, or any more? No more. So it has been is there a motion?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move that this barangay ordinance of Barangay Cubay Norte, an ordinance requiring all households and business establishment in this barangay to do proper waste segregation and disposal, be adopted and calendared on the second reading.
Okay. So any second for this motion?
Mr. Chair, before the motions, for us to second the motions, I'd like to also again to ask if there's no corresponding charges on the
penalties?
collections, or no
Charges?
sa mga charges ba or collections of fees from the
Yeah, there are some penalties, no, on
I mean,
Section 4, penalty, violation of any provision of this ordinance.
fees. He's asking about the fees
Fees
for
ba?
collection.
No, no, no. It's
No
only a
collection
penalty
fees.
if there's no
Okay.
segregation.
So no
Okay.
collection
fees,
fees.
No collection of fees, Mr. Chair. So
Yeah, because
since
only the municipal can collect
okay,
fees.
since I was already clarified, so with that, so I move for the motions of the committee chair on the laws, Mr. Chair.
So it is moved and seconded that Barangay Ordinance number 03 series of the 2018 of Barangay Cubay Norte shall be adopted and be calendared to second reading this session. Okay.
For our next committee report, Mr. Chairman, we have Committee on Land Use on request for SB endorsement of the following. First is Mr. Robito Lombo as built of 3-story, 28 rooms commercial building located at Barangay Manok-Manok.
Okay, so Honorable Bautista.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And,
But before that, Honorable Bautista, may I call on Honorable Pag Sugiron because I would like to relinquish my chair for the call of nature.
okay. Can I wait? The your presiding pro tempore.
Okay, go ahead with your committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First is the committee report on the application of Robito Lumbo for as-built of 3-story, 28 rooms commercial building located at the Barangay Manok-Manok. We conducted the inspection last Thursday, and we were there on the site. And this is 28 rooms, which is boarding houses, and it's already existing, Mr. Chair, and it's operational. So, based on the inspection, they also complied, except only on the construction or the finished the construction of the building without a building permit and occupancy permit. So the application is for as-built as a compliance with our existing ordinance. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move that the application of this Robito Lumbu shall be approved and subject for penalty.
Okay.
To be endorsed and subject for penalty, Mr. Chair.
Any query from the members of the August body with regards to the request of Mr. Rodito Lumbo? There being none, so any second? So the request of Robito Lumbo as built of 3-story, 28 rooms commercial building located Barangay Manok be approved and duly seconded by Honorable De Los Santos, and calendar on the second reading.
Next,
And its
Mr.
regular session.
Chairman, is the project of Mrs. Venus del Rosario as built of 1-story commercial building, restaurant located at Barangay Manok-Manok.
Okay, Mr. Chair. We inspected also the area of the one-story commercial building located at Sitio, I think that's at Sitio Tambisaan, no? At the Barangay Manok-Manok, and this is in the beach front, and they submitted the certification from the DNR regarding their setback compliance, and they have also a certification for that. And
Certification for A&D, for the A&D.
for yes, Mr. Chair. They have the land use classification at the same time. They have the 25+5 certification also. And but there's an existing windbreaker in front of the structures that enclose the area. So I recommended to demolish that windbreaker and to transfer it on the area where it is not, that will not hamper the flow of the pathways, no, going to the adjacent properties.
This is located in the front beach area.
Beach front, yeah, Mr. Chair. And there was also markings from the DNR regarding the no build zone areas. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move that the application for the 1-story commercial building for as-built, no, for our restaurant purposes located Barangay Manok shall be endorsed and subject for penalty, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any comment from the members? So there being none, So any second? So the request of Binos del Rosario as build one-story commercial building restaurant located Barangay Manok be approved and
Be approved for endorsement.
For endorsement.
for
Mr. Chair.
endorsement. And duly seconded by Honorable De Los Santos for approval and for endorsement. Next.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Mr. Rinaldo Taico. Proposed additional third floor, 5 rooms, residential and commercial building at Barangay Argao.
Mr. Chair, we inspected also the proposed additional third floor, 5 rooms, residential commercial building apartment at the Barangay Argao of Mr. Rinaldo Taico. And based on our inspection, the 50 centimeters encroach within the 10 meters setback from the main roads in the highway in Argao area. And Mr. Taico submitted as the affidavit undertakings for us regarding the 50 centimeters encroachment on the 10 meters setback from the center of the road. And we have here that is willing also to
What is the content of the undertakings?
content of the video undertakings. I think I will let the
Can you read the
secretary to
content?
read the undertakings, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Taiko undertake that I am the absolute legal and beneficial owner of an existing two-story residential and commercial building at Barangay Argao, that I undertake to comply with all the laws and regulations of the government of the Republic of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or local government units in applying for a permit or any corresponding requirement for the above-mentioned residential or commercial building. That in the event that the highway road widening will be implemented, I undertake to conform with the implementing agency and will voluntarily remove the encroaching part of the building at my own expense.
I think the letter of undertaking submitted by Mr. Ronaldo Taico is clear that in the events that there is an expansion project of the national government is willing to comply. No?
Demolish.
Okay, can you put that into
Okay,
motion?
so without Mr. Chair, since he submitted the undertakings, I move that the application of Ronaldo Taico for the proposed additional third floor, 5 rooms residential commercial building apartment at Barangay Argao shall be endorsed, Mr. Chair.
Any motion? Or any second from the motions of okay, so the request of Mr. Ronaldo Taico for the proposed additional 3-floor, 5 rooms residential commercial building apartment of Barangay Argao is hereby approved, duly seconded by Honorable Grapp and endorsed.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is Ms. Mary Grace Sacapanyo. Proposed 4-story commercial building with roof deck located at Barangay Balabag.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Mr. Chair, I was not able to inspect the areas for the proposed 4-story commercial building of Grace Capanyo since during its presentation last Tuesday, I requested the zoning officer, the engineer Juan, to have the since the application is based on the letter from Undersecretary Rigor.
So there was a recommendations from
a letter, addressed to
Yusek
the
Rigor.
acting mayor, and I've said that I think I am recommending to I reminded our zoning officer to ask for a memorandum from the acting mayor regarding that letter.
So the request of Yusek Rigor is to
allow.
favorably endorse the request of Grace.
Yeah, but I said since we have the process, so I think we have I asked that the acting mayor shall issue a memorandum addressed to the zoning officer on the building official regarding the application of this Mr. Capanyo.
So there's already a memorandum.
Until now, I
released
asked
by-
the engineer Joan the acting mayor that issued yet a memorandum to their office, Mr. Chair.
So that's the reason why your committee
So we were not
cannot.
able to inspect, Mr. Chair. So I will wait till the memorandum from the acting mayors will be issued to the zoning office and building official office, Mr. Chair.
So what is your
So to
recommendation,
defer
sir?
first the application of Ms. Grace Acapanyo, Mr. Chair.
Okay, for the meantime, the request of Mary Grace Sacapanyo for the proposed four-story commercial building with roof deck located in Barangay Balabag is widely heard for subject for the release of the memorandum order from the mayors to the zoning office. Okay, I think the pro tempore is now available. So
Next, Mr. Chairman, is a project of GM Bora Resort and Development Corporation. They have 3 projects presented last session.
Okay, so committee chair on land use.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I inspected the location for the 5 buildings applying for a SBELT, no? We have the one building is a 2-story and 2 storage rooms commercial building at Barangay Balabag. And then the other building is a 4-story, 1 room and 2 office rooms, kitchen with dining area commercial building, also same barangay. Then in the third building is Asbelt, also a 5-story, 10 rooms, 1 reception area and 2 bars with kitchen and dining hall, hotel, and at same barangay, same area, compound, so chair. And another building, and the 4th building is the Asbelt, of 5-story, 23 rooms, hotels with function hall area at also the same area. And the other one is Asbelt, also of a 5-story, 80 rooms, hotels with roof deck at the same compound with the chair. So there is an existing 5 structures or buildings, separate buildings on the compound of JM Bora Resort Development Corporations, which was not issued yet or secured yet building permit and occupancy permit. And since they are complying, Mr. Chair, with our regulations for the purpose of since requirement now for our building permits and now for the mayor's permit. So based on our inspection, all structures complied except for they have no building permits, and all the structures already finished, Mr. Chair.
Even before, they don't have any application for building permit?
They have application before, but it was not granted because we know also some problems from the chair. And
So-
explain what happened, and based on explanation, I don't know what's really transpired during those previous years. But that's why the application also was not able to be a proper process.
Yeah, because as far as I remember, no, this GM Bora is the one who filed a case against all
All of us.
officials, no, last 2000, ano ba yun?
Yeah, even me, I was included.
Yeah,
And
I think that was your first term, no?
Yeah. So I even defended myself during the discussion with the ombudsman in Cebu before. But anyway, he explained to us what happened, and good that he is now it want to comply everything
Yes,
to them.
So it was already compliant with
Yeah,
regards
Mr.
to
Chair,
our
and,
present.
they are and it's not operating it because some more there's still a lot of requirements to be followed, and he is now in the process of the construction of the STPs. So it's now complying, Mr. Chair, and with that I move.
I think Honorable
Yes.
Pasugiron is
Okay.
raising his hand.
I'd like to inquire, no, because I understand that this Jembura, the owner filed, I think, a case against the elected officials. So what will happen now to the violations being, because it was the engineering office who issued the notice of violations. So
Actually, the reason behind before, Mr. Chair, is based on his even the statements he been discussed during our hearing at as ombudsman is regarding to requiring him to let the neighborhood sign in the applications for meaning uh, agreement, no, or that let the neighboring properties sign on this application, and that was the reason maybe they was just not able to comply since the neighboring properties are not willing really to sign on this building.
So now they signed already.
Actually, there is no requirement from our ordinance that you have to requiring them to let the boundary owner to sign on your application. So I don't know what's really the reason why the application was really want to have that attachment of the signatures from the neighboring properties.
Okay.
So I think that was the reason of the conflict between the two.
Okay,
Mr. Chair, I agree also that it's not to sign to the neighborhood, no, or the neighbors to signify for the uh, uh, to allowed, no,
To allow or not.
to allowed or not is it's not part of the
Requirement.
I think requirements of the LGU. But I would like to ask if the committee on land use, if the existing structures now of Jimbura is already compliance to the LGU requirements.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Even on the setback, there's a setback, and the open space is also complied. So the problem only is the finish the structures without any permits, Mr. Chair. The building and the zoning clearance.
So they're required to pay only the penalty.
Yeah, we required them to pay for the five buildings. So meaning one building should be penalized for 2.5, and then I think 12,500 is very cheap for them. But since it's only within our ordinance, so this will be with the penalty to be charged with them.
So as long as they are compliant, so why not, diba?
And the Jimbora already acquire or comply the requirements from the DNR.
Yeah, we had the Mr. Chair. They submitted all the land classifications, Mr. Chair, and since they're out, it's very far also from the main road, so they're in compliance, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
And
That's
ongoing construction of the STP is there, Mr. Chair. I checked the STP, big STP is there.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable Pagsugieron. Yes, Honorable Graf.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, it's not really related to... Medyo sakit bagas nga matian ng GM Bora. These things, no, medyo hindi na ako masyado ipalagpas. Just asking why they name it Bora, and normally the LGU, or I think it's a company name. What is the name of the resort?
I was not able to, but actually since there's a corporations, I was not able to get the resort name, Mr. Chair.
So is this a new...
I think the name is Grand Boracay. Before, I think it's Grand Boracay.
Where is it located ba? Is it the old Nora's place?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's Grand Boracay. I don't know why they name it Bora. Maybe in your next meeting please relay my message. Why can't they add Kai in the end? So
Kai.
It's complete Bora.
So I will suggest.
Sakit ba talinga?
I can suggest maybe the possibility of changing the name Bora or
Boracay.
Why not just put Kai so that it will be Boracay na lang, no?
May aton resolution abi nga we are not really accepting Bora.
Okay, so I think we have to get our resolution to give it to him,
Oh.
so that we have the reason of reminding them also to change the
change
name.
the name,
To get say change Bora to other names.
Oh.
Mr. Chair.
Lastly, no, buti naman gusto nila maging compliant because I think for years they don't want to comply.
Yes.
But they cannot build their own country in our island, Mr. Chair. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable Graf. So, upon inspection of the Committee on Land Use, it was found out that the GM Bora Resort and Development Corporation is compliant with regards to the rules and regulations and ordinances followed by the company
Yes, I move with that for the endorsement, Mr. Chair, and I get a copy from the our secretariat regarding our resolution that the discouraging the using the name Bora, so
Yeah,
that
okay.
a copy of the resolution will be given to him. If recommend to change the name, maybe they can amend that to seek in order to change the registration.
Okay, so um, the GM Bura Resort and Development Corporation has built a 4-story, 1 room, 2 office rooms, kitchens with dining area, commercial building at Barangay Balabag. GM Bura Development Corporation has built a 5-story, 10 rooms, 1 reception area, 2 bars with kitchen and dining hall hotel at Barangay Balabag. GM Bura Resort and Development Corporation has built a 5-story, 23 rooms hotel with function hall area at Barangay Balabag. GM Bura Resort and Development Corporation has built a 5-story, 80 rooms hotel with roof deck at Barangay Balabag. Applying for as-built plan, and upon inspection of the committee chair of land use, it was found out that they are compliant with all the necessary rules and regulation of this municipality. So this 5 application, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Five.
5 application of GM Bora is now endorsed.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is the project of Calvestone International Incorporated. Proposed one-story storage house at Barangay Sambiray.
Yes,
Thank you, Mr.
Committee
Chair.
on Land-Use.
I inspected yesterday the location for this proposed one-story storage house at Tasbang Sambiray. This structure, Mr. Chair, should be constructed in front of in the beach front of Sambiray. It's in front of our lighthouse, and there's an existing fence on that area. I recommended to demolish the fence, and in order to comply with our 30 meters setback from the Hymen watermark, since it's embodied in our land use plan for here in the mainland. And I would like to defer the recommendation or the endorsement for this chair until such time that they will demolish the existing fence on that area, Mr. Chair, to give way for the future improvement of roads in front of that areas, Mr. Chair.
So the application of the Calvestone International Incorporated for a proposed one-story storage house at Barangay Sambiray is now deferred unless otherwise they have to comply the instruction of the committee chair on land use to demolish the
Existing fence.
fence in order to follow the 25 plus 5
Setback
municipal setback.
from,
No? So the Calvestone International Incorporated application is now deferred.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is the project of Mr. Kahilig. Proposed 3-story, 23 rooms, residential and commercial building at Barangay Sambiray.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We inspected also yesterday afternoon the location of this 3-story, 23 rooms, this commercial building at the of Mr. Kahilig, and the structure is finished and it's already operational. What is lacking is only the building and the occupancy permit, Chair. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move that the application of Mr. Kahilig with this 3-story as-built application of 23 rooms at Barangay Samberay shall be endorsed and subject for penalty, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so there was a motion from the committee chair on the land use that the application of Mr. Kahilig of the proposed 3-story, 23 rooms residential commercial building at Barangay Sambiray is endorsed upon paying of penalties.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is the project of Miss Filipina Aron as built of 1-story picnic house at Barangay Katiklan.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you, Madam Secretary. We inspected also the location for this 1-story picnic house of Barangay Katiklan owned by Filipina Quinto Aron. And based on inspection, the structure is existing, and it's only a temporary structure since light materials been constructed, Mr. Chair, and it's also compliance with the setback. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move that the application of Filipina Quinto Aron as built 1-story picnic house at Barangay Katiklan, Sitio Tabon shall be endorsed subject for penalty, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so there was a motion from the chairman and committee on land use that the application of Miss Filipina Q. Aaron as built one-story picnic house at Barangay Katiklan be endorsed with the penalty.
Next, Mr. Chairman, is the project of Raynergy System Incorporated, construction of two-story commercial building at Barangay Manok-Manok.
Committee chair on land use.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The application of this two-story construction commercial building of Renaissance System Incorporated, I think there's a problem, Mr. Chair, since this proposed building is should be constructed within the 15 meters, no? I would say, yes, mentioned in 1064, proclamation 1064 as forest reserve. So yes, the affidavit of undertakings, Mr. Chair, and he with this explanation, and he even cited Mr. Joseph Severa, which is the an authority authorized representative of Mr. Osuma Nishikawa. He even explained that the structure is within the 15-meter road easement, but it's not that road easement because our road easement is only 12 meters, 6 meters both sides, but it's within the 15 meters forest reserve. So I would like to suggest, Mr. Chair, that the secretary can send a letter to the Senro Boracay to ask comments for the application. If since this is a new construction, this is a as-built application that we just get an undertakings from them. Oh no, they will just give us undertakings to allow them to allow the application for the permit. But this one is a new construction, and this will be constructed within the forest reserve, 50 meters forest reserve. So if we even see it on this in the certification, so hindi na na-include yan sa kanyang kwan as A&D since it's only a forest reserve. So with this undertaking, Mr. Chair, I think we have to give a copy of. Anyway, the EMB also received the affidavit undertakings without any comments. But to be sure, and that in order to be free as for any future problems, Mr. Chair, I think we have to send a letter to the Senro Boracay if what will be their comments if we will allow even is the construction is within the 15 meters forest reserve, and it is just not included on their alienable disposable certification, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so the commendation, the
Yes,
I think Honorable Pagsigiron is raising his hand. Yes, Honorable Pagsigiron.
Mr. Chair, I would like to know from the committee chair on land use if what is the purpose of the construction of the two-story commercial building at Barangay Manok-Manok. This is part of
the project
of Raynergy System for
renewable
energy.
No, for the charging
stations.
Stations.
Yeah.
And there was also applications from Barangay, this Raynergy System, request for another charging station.
Yeah, in
Barangay
In Barangay Yapak, in our MRF there in Barangay Yapak. But this one is in Manok-Manok. But the problem is the area was
within the forest reserve
located is within the forest reserve. So that's why we have to be sure that we will free from any problem in the future, Mr. Chair. So that's why my recommendation to send communication to Senro and to get a comments regarding this affidavit undertakings, Mr. Chair.
In relation to that, Mr. Chair, as far as I remember, during the time that we invite Attorney Fabila of DNR, he said that there's no problem to construct within the 15 meters buffer zone from the center line of the road, provided that a letter of undertakings must be executed from the owners. No?
But I think it's good that
no, Mr. Chair, what we said is those built application, yung meaning andyan na yung structures.
This is new
But this is new construction, so there will be a violation since this is the 15 meters is just part of this is owned by the government. So that is not subject for ownership, private ownership, since your A&D certification ay hindi na na-include yung 15 meters binawas na yon, so meaning you don't own that property anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I am only citing the statement from Attorney Fabila, Mr. Chair, but the request of the committee chair on land use to ask the DNR for an opinion, I think it's duly noted, Mr. Chair.
Ang sinabi ni Attorney Pabilano na Sinro, yung mga structure na existing na within the 15 meters forest reserve, yun ang pwedeng kumuha ng affidavit of undertakings. Pero yung bago, hindi na pwede. Basta you're not allowed anymore to put up any structures within 15 meters. Kahit nga yung ano ngayon, di ba, yung there's a new guidelines, I saw it on a Facebook, na hindi pa pwede ang kahit even misa, basta within the 15 meters na forest reserve eh. Dapat it should be outside that 15 meters pa rin. So dapat sa property mo, na you really owned it, na included siya sa END certification. So if they will not allow any other activities on that 15 meters, how much more the structure? So yun lang.
With regards to that, Mr. Chair, I think we need to be clarified, and we'll ask the task force of the DNR to provide us guidelines regarding to that, because we don't want also that there's an structures standing within the 15 meters buffer zone, and then some owners of the property also in that area nga hindi naton pasugton. So that's why kung may guidelines kita nga mahalin sa kwan, much better, no, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Dahil abo ka pamangkot abi sa aton.
Okay, so those comments, no, is duly noted, no. So I think we have to ask our chief executive kung mag-meeting ay
siguro.
Okay, so the recommendation of the land use is to defer this application and make a letter to the SINRO and to have some comments with regards to the application of Energy System. So the application of Energy System Incorporated is now deferred.
Last project, Mr. Chairman, is the project of Philippine Airlines Incorporated for issuance of occupancy permit on the renovation of one-story commercial building at Barangay Katiklan.
Okay,
so thank you, Chair. So this was inspected, no, and so I was not able to be with them, but what had been issued on the building permit also been complied with, Chair. So no changes on the application or on the submitted building plan or whatsoever. So with that, Mr. Chair, I move that the application for issuance of occupancy permit for on renovation one-story commercial building at Barangay Katiklan or in the airport of the Philippine Airlines shall be endorsed, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so there was a motion from the Committee on Land Use that the application for the issuance of occupancy permit and renovation of one-story commercial building at Barangay Katiklan of the Philippine Airlines Incorporated is now approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Committee Chair on Land Use.
For our calendar of business for the day, second reading, we have only one resolution. A resolution approving the application for accreditation of Boracay Filipino-Chinese Association Incorporated and Association of Stand-Up Paddle Boracay Incorporated.
Okay, so may I call on the chairman on Committee on Tourism and Cooperative.
Mr. Chair, with regards to the applications and for the request of the Boracay Filipino-Chinese Associations.
Who is now the president of Filipino-Chinese Association Incorporated?
The president of the association, Mr. Chair, is Mr. Thomas Santiago.
Thomas
Santiago.
Thomas Santiago.
Yeah,
Sounds Filipino.
And Thomas
Filipino-Chinese.
He's a Filipino. He's a Filipino
Chinese
passport owned, Mr. Chair. Kaya lang siguro may lahing Chinese. But he is very fluent in speaking Tagalog and
Chinese.
Filipino talaga ang hitsura. He's the chairman, and most of the members listed here are both Chinese and Filipino. Iba dyan mga photographers. And the purpose of this is, of course, one of their, we're assessed in the resolution, Mr. Chair, is The main reason to organize this association is to help and support the LGU Malay government to monitor, assess, and provide proper information to inbound tourists, especially Chinese entering or visit the island of Boracay, to promote or extend priority of opportunity to the locals in terms of employment, training, and to be a member of special bodies as mandated under the local government code. And one of their objectives also is to protect and develop a healthy ecosystem of the tourism industry in Boracay and become a bridge and hub between Filipino and Chinese communities for tourism and economic development and unity. Uh, I have several discussions with the associations, and Thomas Santiago is, I know him very well, and I think he attended many meetings here. And the purpose of this session is quite good also dahil makabulig no in terms of siguro sa mga livelihood programs because many of the members are Malay non, halos Boracay non, Mr. Chair. So with this, I move that the
Yes, Honorable Bautista.
Can I ask if based on the submitted membership, how many members do we have during the submission of their?
During the submissions, they have 22 members here. That includes the officers.
So how many Chinese and how many Filipinos, Mr. Chair?
14 Chinese.
14 Chinese, 10 Filipinos. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so thank you.
So,
This includes also some business, Chinese businessmen in Boracay.
Ano, halos mga tour guides, Mr. Chair.
Tour guides lang. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
What's the distinction between, there is an existing, is that a Filipino-Chinese, di ba mayroon din association before?
The other association is Chinese-Taiwanese associations.
Walang Filipino?
Walang Filipino.
It's on purely foreigners. So this one is Chinese and Filipino.
That's why in our ordinance, it was stated there that the regulations or the requirements for the foreign and local tour guide, tour coordinator, or tour operator is different, no? So, iba ang requirements ito, foreign tour guide.
Okay. So, yeah. And I, Mr. Chair, I am proposing also to make some amendments on our ordinance on tour guides regarding this tour escorts. Diba wala tayong definition or sa tour escorts. As I've heard, tour escorts is yung mga tour guides na from China, dalhin dito yung guest and then distribute, balik naman sa China. So, ang role pala ng mga tour escorts then is they are the one on sa table ng let's say promotions of tourists going to Boracay. Samahan nila yung turista, pagdating sa Cagban, hulihin in front of the tourists na sila ang dumala. I think there should be some siyempre di nila alam na we have this ordinance here. Tapos what been done is from China, they will bring it here. Then balik na naman sila. Kaso hinuli sila then in front of the tourist na kasama. So parang nakakahiya or some tourists na dinala na surprise bakit hinuhuli na yung guide nila, yung escorts. So I think we have to make amendments on that some provisions or we an addendum maybe, Mr. Chair, ang tourist escort doon sa existing tour guides ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, no, in addition, it's good that Honorable Bautista mentions about tourist escort. No? Sa akong mabiyas, sa information ko nang nakuha sa mga tour escort, actually ang tour escort is equivalent to tour organizer eh. Like pag organizer abi pareho ran nga daw travel agency nga naga-organize mo it grupo gina assist it tour escort. Pero bukon dapat hindi naton dakpon niya eh. From China going to Boracay, hindi naton dakpon sa daya pag abot sa GT port dahil ga-escort gani sa grupo. And then the tour escort or the tour organizer hay andal tang obligasyon kya pag may activity ron tang hayang nga grupo, that's the time that they will hire tour coordinator. Kung what tour coordinator, so meaning ang hayang nga tour escort may violation. So tama ra nga dapat ma-define nato ang tour escort, and instead I would rather suggest nga ang tour escort will be changed from tour organizer. Dahil ginadako pag abot mo sa kuan medyo nabukom na tama. Pag abot sa GT Port, our trio misunderstood siguro ang dakpon dang tour escort ay siyempre nag-promote kita tourism, tapos pag abot bang sa kuan hay dakpon naton hay bukon patat mo kuan sa klaro bisan sa ordinance sa klaro nga hindi ta dapat nimo dakpon dahil grupo gani gina-assist imaw it escort or tour organizer. Dahil ang purpose it escort nga may obligasyon sanday dahil package eh. Kung ano matabo sandang bisita, hay may liability sanda ang tour escort. So dapat hindi na naton tikitan o dakpon ang tour escort, Mr. Chair. So that's a good observation and I agree with the recommendations of Honorable Batista.
Okay, so I think we refer that problem to the Committee on Good Government. No? So mas may siguro
No, I mean, we are talking of addendum or to amendments to our existing ordinance on tour guides, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, but I would like
that
to
was
suggest...
a separate issue, but this one is amendments of our existing ordinance.
Yeah, but I would like to suggest that we have to finish first the
investigation
yes, or the committee hearing before adding so that it will complement all the problem.
Okay.
Kasi kung may ito makita kita, pwede natin.
I agree.
Okay, so thank you, Honorable. Yes, Honorable Graf.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to comment on the ongoing discussion. Siguro, since all the Chinese doesn't speak English, no? I mean, not all of them, but most of the Chinese going to Boracay cannot speak English, so they are accompanied by this, what we call tour escorts or tour organizers. But actually, these people are working for a company, the tour operators in China, to escort their group going to Boracay and serves as interpreter because these people will never go, might end up everywhere. No, they will lose their they can't even find the proper place because they can't even ask a simple question, so or understand a little English. So but then all these Chinese coming, if they're really coming in and out of Boracay already, they might as well apply for a tour guide permit also, because if they're regularly coming here or meeting the Chinese in Manila, that's why it's really worth to investigate. What if they not only serve Boracay but also other areas around the Philippines? So they might as well, I mean, we'd really want them to be legal na lang. If they're really coming here on a regular basis, then it's a different treatment, diba? Rather than if they come here to interpret the guests. They serve as interpreter, tour guide, and diba?
Yes.
Make sure that their tours will be seamless and
Actually, that's the problem before, no, dun sa Chinese-Taiwanese Association, because most of the, shall we say, parang tour guide nila from China or from Taiwan, ginaibahan ng daro ang dakarang guest pad to iyan, no, and then ginadakop, no. So I think this must have given an attention, no, para at least maayos natin, because somehow it could create a bad impression to us here in the municipality, no. So I think that's good, so that we can brought out that to the trio kung ano bang mga policies nga nang gina-implement ginasunod, no? But somehow economically makabulig sanda kung di ba may balayran sanda or what, so karon na
kuan siguro, Mr. Chair, that's why if anyway dyan ang trio, then I think this personnel must be trained, no, on how to approach and then how to apprehend.
Yes.
Siyempre, you bring all, say, 50, 100 Chinese tourists with this tour organizer or tour escort, Pagtapos hulihin mo in front of those people, nadala mo, so ano ang tingin ng mga turista yan sa'yo?
Yeah.
Diba?
Pero may justification din ang trio.
No, but I think, Mr. Chair, hindi man siguro isikretuhan na can we talk here? Not in front of those guests na dinala mo from China.
Yeah.
Tapos ay huli, tikitan mo in front of this tourist. So, ano ang sabihin na mo? Ano ba yan? Baka manugloko yan. Ano? Ba't siya
Maybe they can
hinuli?
bring that to their
Diba?
office.
Oh, yes.
and
Okay,
then they have to
so ano
conduct
lang, punta ka sa office,
investigation.
we'll discuss this thing.
Yeah.
So, this might be a proper way of handling these problems. Hindi na raparapan, just issue mo ng ticket na parang, di ba?
Yeah, but somehow, I talked one of the trio before nga kung mag-apprehensan da, sayo nanda kung sino ang tour guide eh. And then pagturo, no, I don't speak English. So hindi makapag-usap. Pero kung sasabihin daw nila, okay, I bring you to jail, I speak English. So haron ang mga encounter nanda, no? Nga nagalikaw sanda bala sa aton yung mga trio. Maybe may bad experience sanda or di ba? So kinahanglan talaga ang approach nga manami. Okay.
Mr. Chair, dogang ko lang, no? Dahil ang there was a guideline hingan from DOT nga ang we're talking of tour leader or tour organizer. That's why I preferred to change the name instead of leader, butang lang organizer para klaro ta nga organize from kung haliman sa from the origin, like China pan haran tay organizer nga may arrangement sanda karan ag package sa beranay. So hindi nimo pwede sitahon according to the guidelines of the OT. Hindi nimo pwede masita. There's no violation sa committed by the tour organizer dahil ang obligasyon to assist. Ang pag-abot lang ta sa destinations like in Boracay Island na, Mr. Chair, pag may mga activity ron to, that's the time the tour leader or tour organizer will hire the services of tour coordinator or tour guides. Imaw ang requirements.
Okay.
Otherwise, pag-uwa, so the tour organizer already making business with with different activities. So in the tour organizer is not allowed dahil ang trabaho na to assist the groups or his clients. Nga hindi mo mag-engage business o dyan sa aton nun.
Okay. So thank you that observation. Yes, Honorable
Chair, ang mga trio personnel, ano ba mga qualifications nanda? Nga
so I think
pwede sila dyan, no? It should be discussed, no?
During the investigation, no, maybe we can ask the trio to bring their
we will get from the HR the qualifications of this hired trio members. Ano ba ang qualification nila?
And of course the creation of the trio.
Dahil even sa map naton may second year college eh. Ang required as ordinance, I don't know if that ordinance is followed or not. But yan mga sa bilog na dapat ay sundon gid dapat to avoid any problem ba sa apprehensions sa mga violators bimana as this speak. So yeah, Mr. Chair, anyway, this will be discussed during the investigation of that problem.
Okay, so thank you. So yes,
Mr.
Honorable
Chair, since
Pagsugiron.
there's no more query with regards to the request of Boracay Filipino-Chinese Association, so
And stand-up paddle.
Stand-up
Together.
paddle will follow.
Okay.
So I move that the request of the Boracay Filipino-Chinese Associations in the persons of Mr. Thomas Santiago as the president for approval, Mr. Chair.
So is there any second motion with the motion of Honorable Pagsugiron? So it has been moved and seconded that the resolution approving the application of accreditation of Boracay Filipino-Chinese Association Incorporated is now approved.
Next, Mr. Chair, is the applications of stand-up stand-up paddle Boracay Incorporations for an accreditation. So, is there any? I think the operation of stand-up paddle board is already existing for quite years, no? And the problem only is the association were not able to secure for or apply for non accreditations.
So there was an incoming, no, that
I think there was no accreditation issued.
Renewal.
So renewal to yan eh. Okay, sorry. S-
na-credit siya na before.
So,
And
accredited.
I think you have, I mean, you are going to amend the municipal
I
ordinance
am
with regards to
proposing
stand-up
for an
paddle.
amendments of this ordinance regulating the operation of stand-up paddleboard just to incorporate only the operations of kayak, no? Siguro equal lang natin. And then, I think this humble committee will call for a meeting with the kayak and paddleboard uh, associations for and to discuss the operations and of course with regards also to some other regulations, no,
Okay.
Mr. Chair. So with this, Mr. Chair, so I move that the request of the associations of stand-up paddle board for the renewal of this of their accreditations be approved.
So it has been moved and seconded that the application for re-accreditation of the Association of Stand-Up Paddle of Boracay Incorporated is now approved.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, for our third and final reading, we have resolution approving the release of 19,900,000 pesos from the trust fund for the mitigation and rehabilitation projects damaged by Typhoon Orduha last December 2017.
Problem.
Dati pa dyan.
So if our Vice Chairman on ano, actually this was before pa, no, ang
27 million dati ay based on
they applied for 27 million.
during deliberation.
During the deliberation, it was agreed only 19 million pesos.
Sabi ko sa final na
So, Mr. Chair, we are on the third and final reading regarding the resolution. So, I move for the approval on the third and final reading of this resolution approving the release of 19,900,000 from the Special Trust Fund for the mitigation and rehabilitation projects damaged by Typhoon Orduha last December 2017.
So it has been moved and seconded by Honorable Pagsugiron Hope the release of 19,900,000 from the Special Trust Fund for the mitigation and rehabilitation projects damaged by Typhoon Orduha last December 2017 is now approved. Unassigned business, Madam Chair, Madam Secretary.
we have no unassigned business, other matters.
Other matters? Yes, Honorable Pagsigiron, you are recognized.
Mr. Chair, again, I'd like to reiterate, no, because
Next session.
yung sa kwan. Sige, because we need to discuss now the
Together with the
sige.
BLTPC and transportation.
Sa next session na.
Okay, so the concern of Honorable Pagsugiron, even he was not yet speak, is calendared on the next regular session. So already answered. Okay, announcement.
Sad is on
Sad is
17.
17 at the place, venue.
Pero ang lunch na to is sa kusina.
Ang lunch is sa kusina. Ito ma-start.
Oo, tuman
Ma-start. Kusina mangyapon. And
your t-shirts are now available.
t-shirts is now available. Okay.
Mga 2 o'clock siguro ang start ng kuwan.
Ano oras ang start? 1 o'clock?
Mga alas
2 o'clock. Okay, so sad is 2 o'clock. Honorable De Los Santos, you know already the time. And I hope that what happened to you last year will not happen to this year. What happened to you last year? Secret. Okay. So any motion for the adjournment? Honorable Pagsugiron?
Sir, time now is 1 o'clock and we have not yet take our lunch. So with that, Mr. Chair, so I move that the second regular session for the year 2019 is now adjourned.
So it has been moved and seconded by Honorable De Los Santos that our second regular session of 2019 is now adjourned. Thank you and good afternoon.